do this. What year? All right, am I live on the YTs? Am I live on the YTs? Yes, I am. All right. All right, let's go. All right, boys, let's start this. What are we on? 11K likes. Yes, let's go, boys. I appreciate that. All right, let me just quickly check out Discord. All right, I think Ollie, who are you? Oh, there we go, Ollie. All right, Ivan. All right, let's have a look at Ollie. Obviously, Ollie, you know, you look like a pretty tall guy, Ollie, right? Pretty tall guy. Nice, decent build. You're filling out your frame pretty well. I think, however, you are holding on to quite a little bit of body fat, what I would say. Right? You're probably sitting on around about 16, 17% body fat. Ollie, what you want to do is cut down the body fat by like 3%, right? 3%, and then you'll look nasty. You look sick, right? 6'2", you're pretty tall dude. But yeah, I think the cut will be nice. You'll see a lot more definition to come through. But other than that, bro, this is great physique. Physique rating wise, I'll give this like a decent 7.2 out of 10. All right, I think you just need to cut down the body fat. I can see a decent amount of muscle mass there. Just need to cut it down and bang more, get more muscle mass. All right, we got this guy. This guy, a little bit more muscle mass. The phone stand is great. Yeah, he's using the cup holder from the bike, which is crazy. Right, this guy, obviously he's got a decent amount of muscle, right? However, he's same here as well, right? I think he looks more proportional, but he just needs to cut down the body fat as well. He's probably about 15% body fat, right? Pretty, you know, decent amount of muscle mass. You got to see a little bit of striations coming through. Who is this? G. Who's G? But yeah, I'll say this is pretty like nearly there, nearly fine at final form. Right, you called my name. I sent you my physique on TikTok. I will. Yes, Thomas. I will. I'll have a look. I was 110 kg and now down to 90. Hey, keep going, bro. Keep going. This physique here, I'll give this like a solid 7.8. Right, obviously it has more muscle mass, but it still needs to trim down the body fat a little bit more. All right, let's head over to TikTok, boys. All right, everyone double tap the screens and follow up. I would appreciate it. And let's start this. We got Karush. We got Karush in the chat. All right, let's have a look at Karush. All right, there's nothing there. All right, Karush, I'll say this is like a beginner's physique, right? This is like a beginner's physique. What you want to do is spend more time in gym, put in the reps, put in the work. Yeah, stay consistent. But other than that, right, this is still a beginner's. You got a little bit of muscle coming through, right? Obviously, you started off as a big guy. But yeah, just need to keep banging at the gym, get more muscle mass, right? Physique rating wise, I'll have to give this like a solid 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10, right? You just need to build more muscle. You just need to build more muscle, my guy. Yeah, and it takes time, but you gotta put in the work. We got Thomas Leonard. What was Thomas saying? Hey bro, I want you to come see my page. I will Dooms VVP. I'll have a look in a bit. All right. Hey, come on now. Somebody clipped me. Come on now. Something went wrong, Thomas Leonard. What's going on with your page? What's going on? Like the videos. Is it my internet? It's not my internet because I'm still live. I beg you, do mine, please. I will, bro. Message. I can't see messages on desktop, boys. I can't see messages on desktop. Look, I can't see messages, bro. This is why I click on your profile. Is it private? What's going on? If you want to send a picture, send it on the Discord. On the Discord channel. I have a Discord channel, 350 people up in there. All gym rats. Right, I'm gonna skip Leonard for now, just in case his profile comes back. I think it's TikTok, really. Sometimes TikTok does this, right? Something went wrong. But all right, we got Nate Tam. Let's have a look. Do you message you on Discord? No, don't message me on Discord, boys. Right? There's a Discord channel where there's a channel called Physique Rating. Right? You go up in there. Right? If you go ahead, Discord channel, right? 2 hench 2 moist Physique Rating. You can post it up in there. Nate Tam. All right, Nate Tam, very good proportional body, right? It's wide shoulders, small waist, probably about 13% body fat, you know, a decent amount of muscle. I'll say this is like you're nearly there, final form. Maybe work on your back a little bit more. I think your front is overly developed compared to your back, but other than that, and you're missing a little bit muscle maturity, but you know, that just comes with time in the gym. But other than that, this is a very good physique. I'll give this a solid 7.9 out of 10. 7.9 out of 10. I think in a few more years time, if you stay consistent, it's going to be crazy, bro. Right? But yeah, very good physique. Very proportional as well. Right? Very lean, proportional, decent physique. Can you do my rating? I'm natty training for 3 to 4 years. I will, bro. I will. Okay, we got Oxy. All right, Oxy. Let's have a look. Oxy. I feel like I rated you before, Oxy. All right, Oxy. You know, there's a decent intermediate physique. You know, you got a decent amount of muscle mass. Right, leanness. You're probably around 14-15% leanness. Right. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. But I would say, obviously, you're just lacking the muscle mass. What you want to do is keep building on the muscle mass. And I would say, right, I think, yeah, just more muscle mass, really, right? Nothing else more, right? As you build more muscle mass, then you can start to see other lacking muscle parts, right? I'll say maybe your back is a little bit lacking compared to your arms and shoulders and chest. But other than that, you just need to, let me see this one. Yeah, just need to build on more muscle and maybe cut down the body fat by like 1 or 2%. Other than that, great physique. I'll give this a solid, like a solid 7, like a 7 out of 10. Like a solid 7.2 out of 10, Oxy. Thank you for the rose, I appreciate it. Alright, we're on 12k likes, boys. Everyone double tap the screens and let's get up to 15. Let's go. And obviously, boys, follow up. I would appreciate it. We got Callum's Fitness. Oh, wait, let me check if people still up in here. Yeah, Callum's still here. All right, Callum. All right, let's have a look. All right, Callum, I'll say, right? Yeah, I'll say this is like a beginners to intermediate physique, right? You just need more muscle mass, probably about 15% body fat, right? You got a decent amount of definition coming through, but you do still need more mass to really fill out the frame, right? Other than that, maybe focus on your chest a little bit more to really be proportional, but other than that, just all around more muscle. But I'll say, you know, let's see, 70 kg, right? You still got room to grow taller as well as wider. But I'll say, all right, physique rating wise, I'll give this as like a solid 6.2 out of 10. 6.2 out of 10. Callum, just need more muscle mass. Leonard Tom. All right, Jazzy. Hey, we got our first girl up in the chat, boys. W's in the chat. Let's go. All right, cheers, bro. No worries, Callum Fitness. Can you check mine? Yes, I can, boys. Everybody, I want everyone in this chat right now. Let's train our fingers and double tap the screens, right? Let's train our fingers and double tap the screens. Let's send the hearts flying, boys and girls, and obviously follow up. I would appreciate it. All right, let's have a look. We got Jazzy. Let's just have a look at this one. And when you destroy your old self. Okay. Okay, Jazzy. All right, we see a decent amount of muscle definition on the back. Right, you can see the demon eyes coming through. You can see the biceps separation from the triceps and on the shoulders as well. Six-pack abs only ever so slightly coming through. Probably you're probably sitting on around about 22% body fat, 23% body fat, give or take. Right, but yeah, decent amount of definition. Let's see, is there any leg pose? Let's have a look. I don't even know where to click. All right, okay, if we don't see your legs, let's just forget about legs. Yeah, let me just see. Yeah, you can see here, right, boys. All right, you got the lats coming through, the demon eyes. Not so much as the Christmas tree just yet, but yeah, that's probably around 22% body fat. All right, but yeah, decent. I think all you need to do is probably build more muscle mass, maybe on the bottom half of your physique. I think that you got a very good top half already. Granted, I haven't even seen the bottom half, but yeah, physique rating wise, I'll give this like a solid, like a solid 6.9 out of 10. 6.9. Actually, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. The six-pack abs are coming through. I saw it over here. Right, it's on this one, it's slightly coming through, but on this one, right, pretty prominent. But yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Right, if you want to get a little bit leaner, yeah, sure, but you don't really need to get more leaner than this. Right, just keep building on the muscle mass. But other than that, great physique, Jazzy. We got Miko. Yo, bro, can you rate me? Can you rate me? Yes, boys. Yes, boys. You can see I'm currently rating, right? There's a queue. There's some sort of a queue at the moment. So be patient with me, boys and girls. And yeah, as we're in here, we're vibing. Ask real gym questions, right? Rather than be like, rate me. Ask real gym questions. What you want to know? Training, diet, I don't know, lifestyle, all right? Then maybe that dude's a menace. Yeah, this dude's a menace. No pump, 74 kg. All right, this guy is okay. I don't know which one is Miko. Miko, you still up in here? Which one are you? Left or right? All right, left or right? I don't know. All right, probably the right. Right. All right. I'll say Miko. You got a decent amount of muscle mass. However, you are holding on to quite a lot of body fat. All right. You're probably sitting on around about 20, 24, 25% body fat, give or take. Right. There's a lot of body fat here. You're covering up most of your definition. Right. You can see slight separation from the shoulders to the biceps. Right. But other than that, right, I can see that you got a decent amount of muscle mass underneath it. But you just need to cut the body fat, man. Right, I don't know if you took the body fat way too far or not. What body fat should I aim to get my build to maintain? Around 12 to 15 is a good maintaining. Right, 12 to 15. 6'4", 15. If he cuts slightly to 20% and was a mass monster, he'll look insane. Exactly, right? But this mass monster, there's a very fine line between aesthetics, right, and just going overboard to mass monster, right? You get better, right, as you build more muscle mass, right? You look good, you look better, look great, and then once you get to a point, right, that the ratio to height, right, height to width ratio, then you start to go back down again. I'm 12 to 15 I'm 12 to 15% and it's easy to maintain. Exactly. I can still build muscle around 12 to 15% body fat. I'll say obviously this guy has a lot of muscle mass, just need to cut down the body fat and we can see where we go from there. Other than that, solid physique, I would say. I'll give this a 7 out of 10 purely based on actually, I'll give it like a 6.6 out of 10, right? A lot of muscle mass, but it's just way too much body fat. All right, we got this guy. Can you tell me what weakness you think I got? I will. Opinions on Diamond Gym. They work way too hard. They work way too hard, man. That's my opinion on Diamond Gym. Right, I can't get this profile to come up, Leonard. So I don't know what's wrong there. All right, Quint, TX and Gym. Let's have a look. Diamond Gym, obviously, it's all for entertainment, boys. All right, Diamond Gym, obviously, they work way too hard. They do like way too much reps and sets, and I don't know what they do, right? But obviously, it's good for entertainment, and that's why they're there, and that's why they're blowing up. It's good entertainment. Thank you for the follow, Kai. I appreciate it. Alfonso, I appreciate you. Admitted Q, I will JME. Is that the real JME? Is that the real JME? That's the real question. Boy, better know. All right. Quinn. There's nothing on your profile. Let's have a look. Can you give me advice on what I sent you? Where did you send, Alex? Right, Quinn. I'll say, right, very lean, probably about 13% body fat, right? Good amount of definition coming through, decent amount of muscle mass, but I'll say you still need more muscle mass to really fill out the frame. But other than that, right, this is a very decent build, right? Very aesthetic, right? You got, I think maybe work on your lats a little bit more to really balance out the physique. You got very nice, decent shoulders, small waist, six-pack abs. I think you just need to build it back a little bit more so you can see it from the front. Because if you can see it from the front, then you can definitely see it from the back. Through TikTok chats. Yo, DM. I can't see pictures on DMs, by the way. If you want to send pictures, send it on the Discord. Right? Quint, X, and Jim. I'll give this physique a solid 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. Right? Very lean, a lot of definition coming through, but you just need more muscle mass. Quint. We have Rugby by Joe. All right, Rugby by Joe, we finally reached you. I'm sorry, my guy. That took longer than expected, but we are here now. Let's have a look. Rugby by Joe. All right, he started off very fat, very obese. Now now I think he's becoming a mass monster. All right. Obviously, he does rugby, so he needs the mass. All right. Obviously, when you're playing rugby, you do need the mass on you. Because inertia, right? As you're running with the rugby, I don't know, is it called a ball? When you're running with the rugby ball, you need inertia, and then you'll be unstoppable. But other than that, let's have a look at the physique, all right? All right, obviously there's a decent amount of muscle mass, but there's still a lot of body fat as well. Aesthetically, it's not the greatest. Right, but obviously you have different goals, and I respect it. Everyone has different goals. Some people are powerlifters, some people play rugby, some people are mass monsters. You know what I mean? Every single body types, right, is more efficient for different types of body. But yeah, I'm trying to find a good face on picture, right? Okay. Let's have a look at this one. I think I can see this one better. Obviously, you got a decent amount of muscle, right? Decent amount of muscle. However, there's still a little bit of body fat there. You're probably sitting around 18% body fat, 19. Well, actually, probably about 20, actually. Right? I can't see front on, right? But you're probably about 20, 21% body fat. Aesthetically, you can see some definition coming through. Obviously, you got big chest. You're probably very strong as well from this video here, right? Very strong lad. But aesthetically is not the greatest. I'll give this a solid 6 out of 10, purely based on the muscle mass. All right. Obviously, if you was to cut down the body fat down to like 13%, right? Obviously, more definition will come through, but you do have different goals than us. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing. You are strong. But I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10. Rugby by Joe. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results because your live doesn't comply for youth page. What is this on about? Why is it restricted? Let me appeal this. 1 minute, boys. Live is restricted at the moment. 1 minute, boys. Everyone double tap the screens and follow up. All right, I would appreciate it. I might have to restart the live, boys, because I think every time I get restricted, I get banned afterwards. Hold up. This is dumb. All right, hold up. Let me just try to appeal this restriction first. Can you rate me? I will. Put me in the queue, please. I just turned Jeremy. I will, man. I will. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to appeal this thing, bro. This is dumb. Right, otherwise I might get banned like last time. Hold up. Rewatching me like 20 times. Come on now. I'm getting you the views. Come on now. How do we get rated? Oh my god, why is this appeal not going through? It's like a blank screen. Hold up, boys. Balance order TikTok Studios. Nam, have a look now. Have a look now. What do you mean have a look now, Alex? All right, so Rugby by Joe. Great strength, man. Great strength. All right, we are going to HGB. Let's have a look at HGB. No content. HGB, intermediate physique, right? Probably about 15% body fat. Decent amount of definition, but you do need more muscle mass. Probably cut down the body fat by 2%. Other than that, you know, a solid, decent physique. Yeah, I'll give this a solid, like a 6.7 out of 10. 6.7 out of 10 HGB, right? You do need more muscle mass, unless this is the before. That's it. Okay, you're a little bit more leaner here. You're probably about 14% here. But yeah, I'll still give you like a 6.7, 6.8 out of 10 HGB. Just need more muscle mass, my guy. We got Finn Brennan. Finn Brennan. All right, Finn. I swear I've seen you like a couple of times, Finn. All right, Finn again. Decent, wide shoulder, small waist, good amount of muscle mass. You know, good amount of chest. Maybe focus on lower chest a little bit. Probably about 14% body fat. You know, decent, very good build. Very aesthetic. Capped shoulders right here. I'll give this a solid. Because it's a solid 7.9 out of 10, right? Very proportional. Maybe focus. Did I say focus on lower chest? I think I did, yeah. But very good physique, man. How do I get added to the queue? Right after I'm done with this queue. Right? But as you guys are waiting, boys, right? Double tap the screens, man. Right? And obviously, follow up, boys. Yeah. This is hard work right here, you know. Looking at topless men every single day, hours upon hours. It's hard work. So bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Right? I've got a restriction on my account right now, so bear with me. How do I appeal this, man? What's your opinion on elbow wraps? Elbow wraps. Right? Obviously, if you have nothing wrong with you, no injury, no ligament pain, right? Balance triceps, balance biceps, muscle, right? There's no imbalances in your muscle strength. You don't need wraps, right? But saying that, right? If you do have imbalances, right, you don't need wraps either, right? You need to fix that. You need to fix the initial cause of your elbow problem, right? Either by strengthening the weak muscles, right? Either the biceps, triceps, or forearms, or right, another reason why would you need the wraps, right? If you're perfectly okay, right, no muscle imbalances, and you want to test out the heaviest lift you want to test, that, yeah, maybe sure, wraps would be beneficial. Other than that, right, they're a waste of money, right? Just do no wraps, man. You're rage baiting. I've been here for 30 minutes. I'm rage baiting, Alex. Bro, my guy, you know there's only one of me, right? You gotta be patient, bro. How am I meant to rate 100 people? That's the real question, right? I'm not rage baiting. I'm just one human with two eyes, right? I need to go through hundreds of profiles, man. So bear with me, boys. All right. All right. This photo right here. 40 minutes cardio. All right, this guy, very good physique, right? 14% body fat, wide shoulder, small waist, good chest. I'll say he still needs more muscle mass though. Probably cut down the body fat by 1 or 2%. Right, other than that, great solid aesthetic physique. Maybe focus on, I don't know, pretty proportional to me, right? Lats is coming through. Yeah, very proportional. Just overall more muscle mass. But other than that, very great physique. I'll give this a solid 7.3 out of 10. 7.3 out of 10. Fens lift. We got Mr. Bright. All right, Mr. Bright. Oh my days. Is Mr. Bright still up in here? Let's have a look. Mr. Bright, what you say? What you say? Check JXY lifts. What are you guys boys? Why don't you share this live to your boys? Who's this? Mr. Bright 10. I've been waiting for 40 minutes for this. Sorry, my guy, but How do I get in the queue? Can you rate me? Of course, I click on your profile. That's how you get in the queue. Mr. Bright is not even here, boys. So I'm gonna close his profile. I think. Let me double check. Mr. Bright is not here. All right. Let me close it. Even though he has a great physique, he has a crazy physique. All right. We got Joe Star Dre. Joe Star Dre. You still up in here? Joe Star Dre. Yes, he is. All right. All right, Joe Star. All right, very great physique. All right, look at all the striations on the shoulders. Right, crazy physique. Very shredded. Let's see. I need a full body. All right, I need a full body like your profile picture. All right, obviously, look at the shoulders on that. You know, a lot of definition coming through. Got the Christmas tree, demon eyes, the striations on the shoulders. Right, I'll say, let me just look at this professional picture right here. Right, this is a crazy physique. Right, very good physique, good full chest, wide shoulders, small waist, good arms as well. Probably about 12%, probably about 12% body fat. Right, 12% body fat with a lot of muscle mass, which is good. Looks very proportional. This is like a top tier physique, right? Top tier physique. What you want to do, right? I don't even know. All right, I don't even know. I think this is like pretty much top tier. Let's see down here actually. Maybe focus on the lower chest a little bit more to really, you know, balance out the physique. Yeah, I think very great arms, abs, obliques, back, lats, upper chest. I think maybe focus on your lower chest, Joe Star, to really balance out the physique. But other than that, this is a great final form physique, bro. Right? Very lean. Actually, maybe you could cut down like maybe 1%, 1 or 2% actually, right? Abs are there, but they're not very prominent. Maybe focus on abs as well. Lower abs, I mean abs in general and lower chest. But other than that, great physique. I'll give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. If you focus on your abs and lower chest, you go up to 9 or even 9.5, man. This is pretty much final form. Very good physique, man. Actually, I'll give it like an 8.8. 8.8 out of 10. 8.8 out of 10. Very good physique. Crazy. Right, look at the striations on the shoulder. Right, that's what I want, man. Striations on the shoulder. Come on now. We got Charlie. Welcome, Charlie, to the chat. What's good, man? It's been a few weeks, Charlie, I think, since I've seen you. Charlie, or even months, actually. Charlie, you still up in here? King, come on now. What's the time, boys? JXY Lifts. Who is he, bro? Tell him to come to the chat. Charlie. All right, Charlie is not here, I don't think. All right, I think Charlie has dipped, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, Charlie has dipped. Let me close that. We got Jago. Jago's Fitness. Jago's still in here. All right, cool. 6'5". What? Jago's 6'5". Oh my days, boys. He's nearly taller than this equipment machine here. God damn, man's hella tall. 6'5", been mad. Gain has been mad with 65 kg, now 80 kg. Okay. 80 kg. I'll still say 80 kg is a little bit on the light side for a 6'5" guy. What you want to do is keep building on the muscle, Jago, right? Jago. What you want to do is keep putting on the muscle. You look pretty, you know, I wouldn't say you're lean, but I wouldn't say you have too much body fat. I would say this is like the perfect amount of body fat. Actually, you're pretty lean. You're probably about 14% body fat, right? What you want to do is keep putting on the muscle to fill out the frame, man, because you're a pretty tall dude, 6'5". At 6'5", you should be sitting on around 95 kilos. Yeah, probably about 95 kilos, 12% body fat to really be at final form. So you're actually, you're actually at 20 kg off, right? So just keep banging the gym, stay consistent, and you'll get there soon, bro. But yeah, this is I'll say this is a decent, solid, intermediate physique, right? You got some definition coming through on the shoulders, separations on the triceps. You just need more muscle mass, but other than that, great physique. I'll give this a solid 7.3 out of 10. 7.3 out of 10. Jago, right? Just need more muscle mass, my guy. But you are, once you get there, right, you'll be final form freezer, bro. Final form freezer. We got Decker. All right, Deda. Sorry, my guy. All right, we finally got to. Much appreciated, bro. Don't thank me, Jago. All right, thank yourself. All right, you did all the hard work. You put in the effort, the work, the reps, the consistency, the dedication. That's all you, my bro. But yeah, all right, let's look at Deda. Hi, bro. What's good? What's good? Obviously, Deda, solid physique as well, Deda. I'll say similar to Jago, right? Obviously, you're pretty lean, probably about 13-14% body fat, very proportional. You got striations on the chest, but you do need more muscle mass to really fill out the frame. All right. Other than that, just build more muscle mass. But yeah, this is still a solid physique. All right, this is still a solid physique. The proportions are there. Just need more muscle mass. I'll give this a solid 7. I'll give this like a 7.6 out of 10. 7.6 out of 10. Very aesthetic physique, right? Very aesthetic physique. 75 kg. Discord tier nod. All right, Discord. You're on Discord. Let's have a look. Did you send it in physique rating? Can't see it, bro. Aiden. Still up in there, Aiden? All right, Aiden is not in here, I don't think. All right, so let me do it. All right, boys, I think my TikTok is being restricted right now. So what I want everybody to do, double tap the screens and follow up, man. I would appreciate it. Can you rate me? I will, boys. We've got Brian. He's still up in there. Let's see. Brian, he's still here? Brian's not here. All right, there's Etienne's lift. You here? Let's have a look. Etienne's lift. Okay, Etienne's lift is not here. Okay, boys, if you want me to check out, bro, send it again on Discord. Send it again on Discord. Don't send on DMs. Oh, there we go. All right, Thomas. Let's have a look. All right, Thomas, very good physique, right? A lot of definition coming through, right? Probably about 13-14% body fat. Again, similar to the last guy, you know, you got decent amount of definition, but you just need more muscle mass. You just need more muscle mass to really fill out the frame. But this is a pretty good aesthetic physique. Yeah, very proportional as well. Nice separations from the triceps to the shoulders. But yeah, I'll give this a solid 7.5 out of 10, Thomas. 7.5 out of 10, Thomas. Check this, Owen. All right, now let me check the video. It might be sus. All right, Owen. All right. Owen, I'll say Owen. Oh shit, wrong screen. Owen, I'll say you're very lean, right? Very lean, Owen, right? Very, very lean. Look at the veins, right? You are very vascular, very lean. However, you do need more muscle mass. You're probably sitting on around about what, 11% body fat, probably about 12% body fat. Maybe, right? You look pretty young. Maybe up the body fat a little bit, probably about 1 or 2%, get up to like 13, 14, 15, probably about 14%, right? To really, right? Because look at I think you're way too lean, right? Especially for your age, right? You need the body fat on you for everything, for growth, muscular growth, mental growth, hormonal as well. You need all of that. But other than that, right, this is a great physique, right? Very wide shoulders, small waist. Again, you do need more muscle mass. I'll give this a solid 7.2 out of 10, purely based on leanness, Owen. All right, just need more muscle mass. All right, who is this? We got Thomas again. We got Cam. All right, let's have a look. Cam, decent definition, right? Probably about 15% body fat, right? 15% body fat, very proportional. All right, good, nice capture, nice shoulders. I'll say again, you do need a little bit more muscle mass, all right, to really, you know, fill out the frame properly. Maybe focus on your biceps. I think biceps is kind of, actually, I don't know. Let me see this pose. Maybe. Yeah, I'll say, I don't know. They're pretty proportional, right? I'll say they're pretty proportional, very full chest, six pack abs, obliques coming through, decent physique. I'll give this a solid 7.6. 7.6 out of 10, right? A lot of muscle mass. I think you just need a little bit more and you should be good, Cam. 7.6 out of 10. What's up, buddy? Adib, what's good, bro? All right. Aston, stop spamming, bro. Aston. I need more water, bro. Let me check something. All right. You're airing me. Yeah. Because I'm not going to search up some next guy's TikTok, right? I'm pretty sure, right? I can just say, yo, rate my alt account. My alt account is called Chris Bumstead. Any advice for your back, Thomas? I'll say, right? I said you needed like muscle all around, right, Thomas? You said you needed muscle all around, but back wise, you know, you got decent back. I'll say they're pretty proportional to the front. But I think all around you do need mass, right? Maybe focus on the lower a little bit more. I think you got a decent upper, maybe lower a little bit more, and you should be good. We've got E up in the chat. E, I said this is an intermediate physique, right? You do need a lot more muscle mass to really fill out your frame. Pretty lean though, probably about 13% body fat, but you do need a lot more muscle mass. E, right? I'll say physique rating wise, I'll give this is like a beginner's physique, right? But I'll give this like a solid 5.5 out of 10, right? You just need more and you should be good. E. All right, boys, we are on 3 more minutes, boys. All right, guys, if you want me to rate your physique, type me in the chat. All right, we got JME, the real JME. Let's see. All right, we got the Jack, we got HGB. I did you already, bro. All right, we got Lewis. BR coaching. Everyone double tap the screens and follow up. I would appreciate it, boys. You got Young Pork Chop. Got Will. Jack, got you already. Alfonso Lift. Jack, I swear I got you already, Jack. All right, JME, quick ratings. All right, JME, let's have a look. All right, JME. I'll say JME, this is a... Yeah, I'll say this is a beginner's to intermediate physique, right? You need more muscle, cut down the body fat a little bit more. You're probably sitting on around 16-17% body fat. If you cut down like 2 to 3%, more abs will come through, more definition will come through. You need more muscle mass. Other than that, right? There's a decent intermediate physique, right? Very proportional. You just need more. 4 to 6 months. Just got the end of the rating, but not the exclamation. My bad, G. Actually, not my bad. Why are you leaving for, bro? But yeah, I'll give this a solid like a 5.7 out of 10. 5.7 out of 10. You just need to cut the body fat, JME, right? Cut the body fat, up the muscle mass. That's basically everyone's goal, right? Most people's goal. We've got Jack to. We've got Jack. All right, Jack again. This is a beginner's physique. Looks like you just recently began the gym journey, right? But I'll say, right, just need to spend more time in the gym, right? Get more muscle mass, put in the reps, stay consistent, right? It's the same advice, really, boys, right? If you have less muscle, you need more, right? If you have a lot of body fat, you need less. But yeah, just focus on lifting heavy, working harder than last time, Jack. This physique, I'll give this like a solid 5 out of 10. Solid 5 out of 10, Jack. You just need more muscle, right? Body fat wise, you shouldn't really worry about the body fat. Just need more muscle mass. Right? HGB, what did I say about HGB? I can't remember. Right. Okay. I said HGB, right? I'll say, right, decent amount of leanness, decent amount of muscle mass. I'll say this is intermediate level. You just need more muscle mass. to really fill out your frame, right? You look, I don't know, you look like 5'10", right? But you do need a bit more muscle mass to fill out the frame. Leanness, right? You're pretty lean. You're probably about 14% leanness, very proportional. But yeah, that's what you need to do, right? More muscle mass, more muscle maturity as well. But that just comes with time in the gym. Physique rating wise, what did I give you again? I give you like a 7 point something, right? Like a 7.3 or something. I'm not too sure. Can't quite remember. Lewis. Let's have a look. Lewis. All right, Lewis. Again, Lewis. All right, decent amount of muscle mass. 14% body fat. Yeah. I think similar to HGB, right? You do need more muscle mass to really fill out the frame. Maybe cut down the body fat about 1%, 1 or 2%. But other than that, right? Great physique. I'll give this like the same, right? Actually, I think you got a little bit more muscle mass than HGB, so I'll give you like a 7.3. What did I give HGB? 7.2. I'll give you like a 7.3 out of 10. Lewis, you're 61. I don't really care, right? Age-wise, I don't really put into consideration the age. BR coaching, right? We've got BR coaching, pool day. Let's have a look. All right, BR coaching. All right, this guy has got a decent amount of muscle mass, right? A lot of muscle mass. However, he is carrying on quite a bit of body fat. I'm not too sure how much body fat. Let's have a look. Where's the torso, bro? All right, six-pack abs, right? It's there, but it's very faint. You're probably sitting on around 16% body fat, right? But I can see you got a lot of muscle mass underneath it. What you want to do is cut down the body fat, probably about 2 to 3%, get more definition to come through. But muscle mass is there. Right? Another video. Which one, bro? Let's have a look. This one. Yeah, I think you're carrying a little bit of body fat. You just need to cut that down, and you should be good, bro. All right. Other than that, right, you're pretty much nearly at final form. Right. You got a decent amount of mass and definition under it. Yeah. So here you're probably about 18%. Don't take the bulk too far, right? Boys, you don't want to take the bulk too far, in my humble opinion. But this is a solid physique. I'll give this physique a solid 7.8 out of 10, purely based on the muscle mass. Leanness needs to come down a little bit more. But other than that, great physique, man. 7.8 out of 10. BR coaching. Yo, what's up, bro? Can I get a rate? I will, bro. Well, Jack, let's see. Jack, did Jack already, no? Did Jack already? So I did Jack already. Jack needs more muscle mass. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Yeah. Jack, you need more muscle mass, man. This is like a beginner's physique. I swear I did Jack already. Young pork chop. Have a good night. Have a good night, Thomas. I appreciate you. Everyone follow up, man. I appreciate it. And I said this physique here. Again, he needs to lower the body fat, right? I think he's holding on to way too much body fat, probably about 23% body fat. Some muscle definition coming through, young pork chop. But what you want to do is keep spending it. Oh, okay, look, the transformation is crazy though, right? Transformation is crazy. W in the chat for the transformation. But obviously, he still needs more muscle mass to really fill out his frame. Physique rating wise, obviously, right now he's still on his journey, right? He's got some definition coming through. I'll still give this like a solid, like a 5 out of 10. A 5 out of 10 as well. You got a decent amount of muscle mass, but you do need to cut down the body fat even more, right? Even more. You got the Katsuki trousers there. Can you give me advice too? I will, bro. Boys, will JDM. Let's have a look. Right, JDM again looks pretty young, but you still need more muscle mass, right? You look pretty lean, probably about 12%, 11% body fat. But this is like this on the skinnier side, right? You just want more muscle mass. Other than that, physique rating wise, I'll give you like a 5.8 out of 10. 5.8 out of 10, purely based on the leanness. But you do need more muscle mass. Will JDM, more muscle mass, more time in the gym. Alfonso Fitz. All right, pretty top tier physique right here. I can see. Currently let's see. Currently just officially lost 65 kg. Come on now. Holy cow, you lost 65 kg. Bro, that's like a whole human being, bro. W's in the chat for that, right? Just got cutting my before as we go into summer, trying to get 15%, but appreciate the rating. Yes, man. Yo, I appreciate your hard work, man. I appreciate your hard work. Keep doing what you're doing, and your goals are not far off, man. Just need to stay consistent. Keep at it, bro. I'm rooting for you. By the way, do you just rate randomly, or do I need to follow or something? You know, I rate randomly, but a follow would be appreciated. You know, and like will be appreciated. You know, it goes a long way, and it's free, boys. All right, you're not spending anything, right? If I'm asking for a gift, you know, that's a little bit sus, but following up, that's free, bro. All right, we got Alfonso. Let's have a look. All right, let's look at this one. Alfonso, pretty top tier physique, right? We got wide shoulder, small waist. I think body fat probably about 15%. What you want to do is cut down the body fat by like 2 to 3%, right? Get more muscle definition come through, more muscle maturity, but muscle mass there is very decent. Got the lats coming through, very top tier. I'll give this a solid 8.3 out of 10. I think all you need to do is just cut down the body fat. Our funds fit. All right, that's what you want to do. Oh my days. Oh my days, boys. My throat, right? All right, that is the thing done, boys. All right, guys. I'm gonna leave it here for today, right? If I haven't rated you, obviously, sorry, but you know, time is now 12:07, right? I need to head to bed. But follow up, boys. I do this mostly every day, so I'll be here tomorrow around 11 o'clock. But yeah, man, bro, I've been waiting for so long. I understand you've been waiting, bro. My bad. But you guys have to understand, man. Now I'm one guy, right? I'm looking at hundreds of physiques daily, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I appreciate you all. I'll be here. Okay, in the Discord. Yeah, you can send it on the Discord. I'll be active on the Discord as well. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my boys. All right, happy gains, man. Work hard. I'm proud of you, boys. All right, love. All right, bro. How are you? My bad. Can Lala, my bad, bro. I didn't even see the chat, bro. I was here on TikTok, bro. If you're still in here, I appreciate you. But I'm gonna head to bed now as well. All right, my throat is hella dry. Let me peace, man.